Coming to you live from Orchard Park, New York. Just gonna do a little quick podcast today with some visuals for you guys on our road into the Blueprint League. It's our first year in here. We got in. Not having a great year by any means. We've blown a bunch of games. Right now sitting at 4-6, second in the division. Undefeated in the division with wins over the Patriots and the Jets. As you can see up top, we got the Jags, and then we got another big division matchup against the Dolphins. So let's kind of get into it. I just kind of want to touch on a little bit on my team and then get into some storylines of what's going on in the league. And then we'll kind of go and look at league leaders. And that'll probably be it for the day. Looking at getting into this more frequently. I'm trying to bring content and give you guys a show of the rebuilding of the Buffalo Bills. So let's get into it. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take us over to the stats here. And we're going to look at team-wise. So, obviously, not very good stats for the rookie. We've been trying to kind of find our way in our offense. Lately, it's gotten better. He threw for 381 the last game. Mostly due to two big plays of LaShawn McCoy. Listenby had a decent game, so did Zay Jones. Listenby's our leading receiver on the year, and he's only been here for 4 games. Zay Jones is next. Charles Clay. And then Kelvin Benjamin. Really a lot to be desired from this receiving core. Offense is really what's been holding us back this year. Defense has played amazing even in bad, really bad situations. The offense is probably the main reason why we're doing as bad as we are this year. Definitely not playing to our standard. Defensively, our leader in tackle is the rookie Tremaine Edwards. Having a pretty good year at this point, 53 tackles, 2 sacks, and 3 picks. 7 deflections is pretty good too for a middle linebacker. Followed by Micah Hyde, Milano, and Jordan Poyer. And the 1-year pro now, Tre'Davious White. He's been having a good year. Doesn't have any picks, but his presence is definitely felt. And the main reason he doesn't have any picks is because on the other side we're a little bit weak. We got Phillip Gaines starting opposite of him, who has 6 interceptions and 3 deflections. It's pretty good. So total we got 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 picks on the year. Sacks is where we're really excelling. I'll kind of touch on that a little bit. We got Jerry Hughes with 8.5. Kyle Williams with 8 on the year. Trent Murphy with 7. Shaq Lawson with 7, and he just had 5 this past game against the Jets. And just won the AFC Player of the Week. So now we're going to go and we'll look at how the rest of the league is stacking up stat-wise. So right now you can see the Niners, 9-1, number 1 offense, period, in the league right now. And if you hit this, I'm pretty sure you'll see the Bills in the bottom half. Oh, it's just not as bad as I thought it was. Wow, we might actually... We're 11th. That's way better than I thought it was. Definitely probably because we're on the field a lot. But you see the Niners, the Texans, Eagles, Chiefs, Colts, Titans in offense. Defense here, it says your boy Rich Champion. Dude down from Middletown. Got the best D total defense-wise. Let's look at some more team stat-wise. Look at points allowed here. Points allowed-wise, it's the Colts scoring defense. It's pretty impressive, especially with that team. I played against him. He had a pretty good game plan. His story, this user kind of has an interesting story, is he had the number 1 pick. And technically in the chat, he kind of already changed his name to the Eagles, but he wasn't there for the draft, didn't declare, and missed his pick. And he came back halfway in the draft. He was shocked, but he manned up. Said he'd take the last pick for whoever was left, and it was left for the Colts. And as you can see, he's a pretty good user, as he's 8-1. So much respect to him. The Eagles, man, 9-0, has to be expected. You got the Browns, Patriots, and Bucks. One good positive though for us this year, we are second. We were leading. I guess the Redskins played their game and got us, one more sack than us. But right now we're second at, as you can see, that terrible record at 4-6. But defense is playing well. See who's leading in picks. The Patriots, 46 interceptions. That's ridiculous. 46. That's pretty good. Texans also playing against him with 38. He has a pretty good defense. So I want to go to standings and kind of look at everybody. And as we go through briefly, I'll just tell you my picks for who I think is winning that division. So starting with the AFC North, I played against the Ravens first game, beat them 38-0. But it seems that he's been playing well and bounced back from that. You got the Browns in here. Really don't know much about that user. Got the Steelers at 3-6. And then you got the Bengals, Cam Bam at 0-9. I'm going to say I believe the Ravens are going to take this one. Seem to bounce back well. Seems like he has a decent defense from the last time when we played him. So definitely improved, and I think he'll take that. And go to AFC. See, I play against, this is the division that my division matched up with this year in the AFC East. And play against the Colts, I already mentioned that. Very good user. Jaguars, we play after the bye week. SJ, the co-commish. Heard good things about him. Heard he's tearing it up in the Dynasty, up in DML. So shout out to him. This guy has success down here, obviously in the blueprint as well. Play against this guy, lost to him by 3. It's a pretty good user. And this I'm kind of salty about because I got a loss to this guy. And I talked to the OG Chris Murray, sent him a screenshot. He said it was going to be a fair sim, but then I go and look at the game, and he gave him the force win. Got no idea why. Messaged my boy Chris Murray about it, but, he didn't say anything. So I don't know what's up with that. That's a loss I would be cool with having, but he got the force win, which makes absolutely no sense to me. But moving on from that, I think the Colts are going to take this division. Most impressive user I played so far has definitely been the Colts. Next in the AFC East division I'm in, play the Patriots. He's not a bad user. I just capitalized off all the unfortunate mishappenings of that game. I think I blocked a kick, cat a pick 6. I really didn't play good offense at all. He has a very good defense. And next is me, obviously. Kind of already been talking about myself, so I skip over that. Dolphins, haven't played the Dolphins yet, but I got to shout out to the user for the Dolphins, man. He has great content. He keeps it flowing, keeps it consistent, takes some great pictures. Man, really enjoy what he does for the blueprint. That guy will definitely be getting a call up soon. I see as far as his content and game, it's on point. Can't wait to play him and see what he brings to the table on the field. Jets is playing against the Jets. Jets wasn't a bad user. We did get 9 sacks in that game, but we also know that the Jets O-line is terrible, so that also contributed to it. But we played a good game against each other. And I most people be bashful. I'm really a humble guy, but I think that we'll end up taking this division here. AFC West. I haven't played against the Chiefs. I haven't played against the Broncos. I haven't played against the Raiders. Played against the Chargers. Lost the overtime game, and the Chargers had to lead the entire game. We scored a touchdown to take it into overtime with the minute left, and then went to overtime. and he won. But back to divisional stuff. Again, I'm very new to the blueprint still. I don't know a lot of these users. I believe the Chiefs are controlled by Chris Murray. From what I saw him do, he's a pretty decent user. Broncos, pretty decent user as well. I don't know much about the Raiders, and I don't think that the Chargers are great by any means. But I believe that the Broncos can end up pulling this out and winning that AFC West. So now we're done with the AFC. Let's hop into the NFC. We got the Vikings here, played against Rich Champ. He's a really good user. Packers, played against the Packers, lost to them by 10. It's a pretty good game though. Played the Bears. Have not played the Bears yet. No. Yeah, didn't get a chance to play the Bears. We were going to try to play, but then we got hit with a 24-hour advance. So not familiar with him, and I have not played against the Lions. I think Rich Champion takes this. His defense is very good, and he also has a good running game with Dalvin Cook. Moving to NFC South, you got the Saints, Bucks, Panthers, and Falcons. Again, I'm not very familiar with the Bucks, Panthers, Falcons, or the Saints. Just looking at it right now, for the sake of time, I'll say that I think that the Saints are going to win this division. NFC East, man, look at that. Eagles 9-0. I am not even going to waste my breath. That's just pure domination. 340 points scored and only 126 against. Wow. Redskins got a podcast coming out, so shout out to him. I don't know the name, or I would directly shout it out. Looking forward to listening to it. Cowboys, I don't know anything about them, and I don't know anything about the Giants. NFC West, we have another. This division's looking rough. I don't know anything about any of these guys, but I'm just going to leave it at that the 49ers got this on lock. I do know about the Seahawks. I played him in the preseason. He's a good guy. I wish him the best. But as for the other two guys, I don't really know who they are. So, kind of wanted to touch on this and kind of show you guys that the front office of the Buffalo Bills, big storyline is that Coach Sam Shade, Coach Sean McDermott, and owner BGZ have all come to the agreement that all these not interested. That it's not that they're not interested, it's that we're not interested. We have decided that we will not be re-signing anyone at all that is a free agent this year on the Buffalo Bills. Partially why, if you look to the left, we have $101 million in cap room. So we're going to be extremely aggressive in free agency. We're going to be extremely aggressive in looking for trades. We're going to try to build through the draft and also build through free agency. We are completely cleaning house and redoing this thing all over. So that being said, any users in the blueprint, hit me up. If you see anybody on your team, I might be willing to trade them. We're trying to turn this thing around. We're going to try to redo it, build it back up. So this was kind of brief, just real quick. Just wanted to show you guys, a little bit, give you an idea of what's going on over here in Buffalo, what's going on around the league. The next video I make will be more detailed and a little bit more tighter, but I'm trying to really increase my content side of everything. Been getting better with the Photoshop. I was a journalism and mass communications major, so the broadcasting side of it I can do. Just gotta get back in it. Been out of college for 3 years, so trying to hop up on it. But I want to shout out to all the commissioners and all the users in the blueprint. We're all working. A lot of guys are already in the dynasty, but I think everybody should just kind of focus on where they're at right now. Let's make the blueprint a great content league too. And if you had the opportunity to move up, you move up. If you don't, you don't. But let's make this the best experience that we can. I think pretty much that everybody's been doing that. I've really enjoyed this league. and let's just keep going and see where the rest of the year takes us. I'll try to be back for after the Jaguars game, give you guys a recap, kind of try to build the storylines up for certain players on my team this year. Wish I would have hopped on that a little bit earlier, but we are where we are. Next week, I'll highlight the weekly rewards. This week, I'll just go to it briefly just so you guys can see. Got Kamara with the Saints, in the NFC with Kerrigan on defense for the Redskins, Tom Brady on offense for the Patriots, and you got Shaq Lawson for the Bills. So next week, our next events, I will make a video and we'll kind of go into the awards of the year at week 12, getting kind of down to the nitty gritty, and we'll see what happens. Well, all right, guys, appreciate your time and joining me. Until next time.